Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. Have I got a special treat coming your way today. For our 2 drops, gun camera footage has been supplied by our good friend AMX. Couple of domination matches coming your way, and as the first one plays out, it's domination on HPG Manifold. We're going to get into what is so special about this Kodiak 1 sent to us by AMX. Well, the first thing you have to look at is the outward appearance, and AMX does not disappoint. What a paint scheme he's got going on, and the bolt-ons add just that extra bit of flair and intimidation factor to this build. Going for a look under the hood, you're going to find out why I'm calling this Brawley Bear, because the loadout on this thing is insane. You've got an LB-20, 2 SRM-6s, 8 small pulse lasers in the arms. That gives you an 89 alpha. Heat management is still really good at 1.51, and top speed is 61.6 kph. All in all, a very, very effective assault mech. Speedy, and boy does it pack a punch. So far in this drop, it looks like some eager beavers on the enemy team have pushed the Delta line and are currently heading into the Delta 3 area, while AMX's teammates have pushed into Delta 4, Delta 5. This should effectively cut the enemy, maybe not quite in half, but it definitely isolates the units that have pushed into Delta 3, and now we get a clearer picture of what the battlefield looks like. There's still a bunch of units out towards Delta 5, which means this Lance that came to Delta 3 is totally isolated, and it looks like AMX is going to go for the kill. And what makes this even more tasty is the fact that they are employing a great tactic. AMX is traveling around with a battle buddy in the form of the Piranha. That means the Piranha can magnify damage, and if the enemy focuses one or the other of the duo, it leaves their teammate open to manhandle the enemy target. So he's pushing in through the gate now. We've got a Hellbringer, and the Hellbringer is definitely hurting now. He's open left torso. He keeps pushing in, keeps firing, puts a little panic fire on the Timberwolf out there in the background, and that's when there's a second Hellbringer that shows up, and just like that, he's racked up 2 kills, pushing the Timberwolf. He's going to rack up his 3rd kill, spinning around. He's going to deal with the sniper up on the high ground. It's another Timberwolf, and the Timberwolf is running because he doesn't want to face all of this combined firepower, and rightly so. This Kodiak is mauling the enemies to death, quite literally, and now you will know why I'm definitely calling this the Brawley Bear, because this thing is just a monster. So he's turning back in to regroup with his teammates now, keeping an eye on that Delta 3 high ground, and who knows, maybe he can find a nice angle on the Timberwolf that's stuck up on the high ground. He's totally isolated up there, by the way, and the rest of the enemy team is falling in the center. Score is 7-6. It's closer than I thought. I was expecting a wider gap in that score, especially with a full Lance being isolated in Delta 3. And it looks like AMX has found some high ground and manages to get the shots in on the Timberwolf necessary for kill number 4. Now turning and pushing into the center of the map, it's quickly turned into a rout. 11-6 now, and last unit is a Direwolf hiding on the high ground, and AMX is definitely going to challenge him. He's open in the rear, but his front armor still looks really good to be able to take on this Direwolf. Direwolf is running for cover. He's dropping down off the edge of that ramp, and AMX is in hot pursuit. He's half down, and as AMX makes the jump, he also racks up the kill. Switching over to the end screen on this one, AMX winds up with 5 kills, 12 components destroyed, 971 damage done. Switching over to our next drop. Again, we're playing Domination, this time on Canyon Network. And this bear is definitely showing itself not to be one of those nice and fuzzy plush stuffed toys. Oh, no, no, sir. This is a dangerous, dangerous mech on the battlefield. It is definitely worth mentioning that this particular map in this particular game mode offers some great opportunities. The enemies love to push the ramps to the left and right of Delta 4, the big wide ramps. So knowing this gives you a little bit of a tactical advantage. The fact that this is domination gives you even more advantage because you know where the enemy's going to be. They're going to be in that circle somewhere. So the question becomes, where do you want to set up? Do you need to push the far right ramp, or do you need to stay to the left and deny the enemy the ability to push up out of the low ground? And it looks like this drop we're going to get a little bit of both. Some units are rotating to the right-hand side of Delta 4, and AMX and a couple of others are going to the left. Either way you slice it, his team holds the high ground at Delta 4. Not quite sure where all of the enemy is at, except for that little light who foolishly charged right into the teammate's firing line there at Delta 4. He's probably going to get his mech shot out from under him. Dropping down into the canyon, we're starting to see more enemy activity, and rounding the bend, there they are. And now the enemy is in terrible position. They've just lost the ability to swing up through the canyon and use those ramps to get out of the low ground, because now they're being blocked. AMX has his teammate with him. In fact, he's got a couple of teammates, and the rest of the team on the high ground are going to be able to focus the enemy units because they're stalled either at the top of the ramp with no cover, or worse yet, in the canyon itself. The enemy is in a really bad position. They're taking fire from two different directions. They're stuck in low ground or places with no cover, and this Kodiak is going to be a superb peeker and poker at these ranges because he can step around the rock, lay out an alpha strike, pull back into cover, and keep doing that over and over again, and he's blocking their exit route. At this point, the entire enemy team would have to push through AMX to get out of there collectively because they would have massed firepower. But look at the units up on the hilltop. They're facing AMX's teammates on the right side of Delta 4. So the firepower of the enemy team is being split in multiple directions. And this is what he wants. Look at that. Big alpha on the Marauder. He's now open center torso. Shift around the rock to the other side. Second alpha. And down goes the Marauder. Beautifully done. Nicely executed. And that score that was just 1-0 a second ago has quickly ratcheted up 4-2. And I'm sure it's only going to get worse from here on out. Center torso on the Kodiak is open, but don't count him out of this fight just yet. He still has a lot of armor left, and as long as he is very good on his torso twisting left and right, spreading that damage to those side torsos, he could be in this fight for quite some time. Great torso twist as he pulls back into cover. That enemy ate an alpha strike, and AMX minimized the amount of return damage on that. He's got 3 friends with him down here in the canyon now. Oop, there's something above them to the left, and 2 more units to the right. Not sure why this enemy Marauder is trying to run and give his back to 4 enemy units shooting at him, and he triggers an overheat in the Kodiak, and you know what that means. That means, hey, if you're liking the content thus far, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons, turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future content like this. And guys, I really appreciate everything that everybody's doing to grow this channel and get this kind of content out to new players that are just coming to the game. Let's see if we can grow our ranks. Jumping back into the action on this one, Kodiak is pretty beat up at this point, but he's still pushing forward, and we have a direwolf in our sights. There goes shutdown number 2. Oh no, I don't think he's going to walk away from this one. And sure enough, the enemy focuses him, and down he goes. But he ends this match with 1 kill, 9 assists, 1,092 damage done.